Ready to learn the 3 biggest things you must do to make money online, writing and self-publishing your own books in 2024? Many gurus teach that just writing your book and putting it on Amazon is going to make you money. And this bad information keeps many self-published authors from creating any income online, even after writing book after book. If you stay until the end of this video, you'll learn the 3 biggest self-publishing secrets you must do to make passive income online as an author. Secret number 1 to self-publishing a book: stop guessing at the books you write and instead write for an audience of paying customers. So a little story time for you. I started writing and self-publishing my own books in 2009. I wrote a Bible study guide for a documentary film that I created called The Christ Effect, and it was about the struggle to be a Christian during college. So to make sales, I was literally cold calling youth pastors. Yes, ma'am, I got the yellow phone book. If y'all are millennials, you remember that phone book, right? I would open up the churches, dial them on the phone. I'm like, hey, my name is Stephanie Rodness, and I made this documentary about being a Christian during college, and I made a Bible study guide companion, and I was wondering if your youth pastor might want to purchase it. Girl, it was the worst. And what made it all so horrible after all that hard work getting those sales is that if somebody said, yes, we want to purchase that for a youth group, I sent them to Amazon.com to purchase. Which means, if y'all sold on Amazon, you know what I'm talking about. I was only making like 25 cents per sale. That was it for all that work. Here's the problem. The problem was I was writing what I thought people wanted and then trying to convince them that they actually wanted it. This is the opposite of what we should be doing. Here's the solution. Create an email list of book readers, then ask them what type of book you should write. So let me show you how I did this. Okay, so the very first thing you want to do is create a free microbook that you can give to people in exchange for their email address. You're going to give this to people for free. I call it a microbook because it should be a mini version of a book. It should solve a problem. All your books need to solve specific problems. Very important. Okay, so still solve a problem, but it should be something that somebody can consume within 15 minutes. It shouldn't be more than 30 pages. It should include your quick author bio, a call to action for them to take the next step with you. But most importantly, you need to give somebody a nice little sample of how you solve their problem as an author. You want somebody to read this microbook and say, oh my gosh, look what she just helped me do in 30 pages. Imagine if I buy her book. So create that microbook first. Once you have your microbook done, you're going to set up a squeeze page where someone can enter in their email address to get your free microbook. So a squeeze page is also called an opt-in page, landing page, lead magnet page. They're all the same thing. It's basically a one-page website where somebody can enter in their email address to get your free microbook. Lots of different software that you can use to set this up. I use ClickFunnels. I use ConvertKit. I've used MailChimp. There's a lot of different things that you can do. And then third, once your squeeze page is set up to give away that microbook, promote your squeeze page on social media to your potential book readers. So you're going to use Instagram or YouTube or a blog or Pinterest or a TikTok if it still exists. Or X or LinkedIn or Snapchat or podcast, whatever social media platform you want to use to promote that microbook, that squeeze page to people. So now you're building your email list. And once you do this, you now have an email list of people who have read your book, right? They know that you're good at what you do. And so when you ask them what to write next, they're going to respond to you and tell you because they want you to genuinely help them. It's an awesome way to build a book business. If you want me to show you how to do this step by step, join Godlywood University and watch my microbook masterclass where I show you step by step how to do this. Go to godlywooduniversity.com. Secret number 2 to self-publishing a book: stop listing your books for sale on Amazon.com and instead publish your book on your own platform. So when I started writing and self-publishing my own books in 2009 and all the way up until 2014, I only listed them for sale on Amazon.com. If you've ever sold through Amazon, you know that Amazon takes a massive percentage of the sale. And I mean massive. Sometimes they're taking 70% off the top. So for every dollar in revenue you make, they keeping 70 cents, sis. So because that was my only way to make money in my author business, I was broke. I was absolutely broke. And what's worse, Amazon did not give me the customer's email address. Some free game for you if you didn't know. The majority of sales you're gonna make as an author is going to be through repeat business. So selling more books to people who purchased the first one, right? So because Amazon was not giving me the customer's email address, I had zero opportunity to sell books to repeat customers. So every time I wrote a new book, I was starting from scratch, finding customers from scratch, trying to find people to buy my book from scratch. It was such a waste of time. Here's the problem. The problem was I was only selling my book on Amazon.com because I thought that was the only way to actually sell my books. But sis, almost every single platform has a way for you to write and self-publish your own books now. You don't need Amazon. Here's the secret. Self-publish your book on a platform that gives you access to the customer's email address and lets you keep most of the profits. So let me show you how to do this. Okay, so the very first thing you're gonna do, you're gonna research potential e-commerce platforms you can use to self-publish your book on. So I've used Shopify, but you can also use many platforms. There's Wix, there's WooCommerce, there's Squarespace. There's so many different ones that you can use. Thinkific, Teachable, ClickFunnels, Kartra, Nukajabi. The sky is the limit. When I started, it wasn't all these options, but now you have all these options, praise the Lord. Once you've done your research, step number 2, watch tutorials on how to best use the platform as an author. Not all e-commerce platforms work the same, sis. So you want to make sure you have a general example of what to do. I always watch the platform's YouTube tutorials bare minimum before I start using a new platform. And the reason why you want to do this is because when you get on a new platform, it can be a little overwhelming and the enemy is going to try to convince you can't do this. But you can. Just watch some tutorials first. And third, once you've watched your tutorials, go ahead and set up your author website and list your book for sale. Then you're officially self-published. If you want me to show you how to do this step-by-step, get into Godlywood University, watch my Create Your Author Website Masterclass. I show you step-by-step how to self-publish your book on your own platform so you can get access to the customer email address and keep most of your profits. Go to godlywooduniversity.com. Secret number 3 to self-publishing a book, stop only offering your book and instead turn your book into other digital products so you can make more money online. So when I started selling my books on my own platform instead of selling on Amazon.com, it was amazing. I started making $25 per sale instead of $2 for sale. And I was selling at the same price point, $27 per book. All of that just by switching to my own platform. But even though I was making more money, I still wasn't able to make a full-time income because I was still missing this one step. Here was the problem. The problem is that I was only selling my book. So when somebody came and purchased my book from me, that's the only money they could spend with me. And that didn't change until I started researching other authors who were doing this full-time to see what they were doing. And guess what I discovered, sis? They don't only sell their books. They turn their books into other types of products so that their customers can purchase not once for them, but twice and 3 times and 4 times. And that is how they had a multiple 6-figure business. Here's the solution, sis. Don't just write your book. Turn your book into an entire product line of digital products so you can make more money after the first purchase. So now, instead of just purchasing one product from me, my customers were able to purchase multiple types of products and spend more money in my business, which allowed me to make more income overall. So let me walk you through this. Okay, so the very first thing you want to do, step number 1, go through your book and identify every type of digital product you can potentially make with this book. So for example, a workbook companion, an online course version, a master class that you teach live, a membership program, an audiobook, a planner companion, a prayer journal companion, a low content coloring book, whatever it is, go through and just think about every single type of product you can make. Then step 2, ask your book readers which type of digital product they'd like first. You'll do this through your email list of book readers that you've now built from selling the book on your own e-commerce platform. So just send them an email directly and be like, hey, I can make this, I can make that, I can make this. What would you like first? And let them tell you. And then step number 3, get a tutorial for creating that product and create the digital product and sell it to your list. Do this over and over again. If you're on my email list, you saw me do this multiple times. Praise the Lord. I wrote the War of Purpose, and then I turned it into a workbook companion. I turned it into an audiobook. I turned it into an ebook. I turned it into a DVD. I turned it into an online course. I made so many products with that one book, girl. Just get the tutorial. Don't guess. If you guess, it might be a little overwhelming to do it, but if you have a tutorial that shows you how, then it's very simple to get these products done. If you want me to show you how to do the step-by-step, go to Godlywood Girl University and watch my product creation toolkit. I show you how to not only write and self-publish your own books, but also do ebooks and workbooks and audiobooks and daily devotionals and prayer journals and master classes and online courses and coaching programs and so many other types of products. Go to godlywoodgirluniversity.com. Now, once you've mastered these 3 self-publishing secrets, now you're gonna wanna learn how to write your book and actually make money with it, right? Watch my video that I recorded, how to write a book and make money online, to learn how to do the step-by-step. It's sales funnels. And also check out the description box below for resources I've created to help you step into your purpose as an author. I'm so excited to see you there.